When it comes to country music, few names resonate like Tammy Wynette and George Jones. Their love story was as compelling as their music, a blend of passion, heartache, and unforgettable melodies that defined an era. Married from 1969 to 1975, their relationship was a roller coaster of love and loss, producing some of country music's most iconic duets. Even after their marriage ended, the bond they shared never truly disappeared. This is the captivating tale of country music's first power couple. Tammy Wynette and George Jones crossed paths for the first time in 1968 at a Nashville recording studio. At the time, Wynette was married to Don Chappell, a part-time songwriter and hotel clerk. Despite Wynette's marital status, Jones was instantly captivated. In his autobiography, I Live to Tell It All, he confessed that he fell for Tammy at first sight. I loved him from the start, Wynette would later say, echoing the undeniable chemistry they felt that day. The pair's friendship blossomed on the road while touring. Jones, already an established star, admired Wynette's talent and beauty, while she respected his artistry. What started as musical collaboration soon ignited into something more profound. The moment Jones declared his love was anything but conventional. Wynette returned from a trip to find her 3 daughters sick with food poisoning. While tending to the children at the hospital, Jones showed up to support her. When her husband Chappell finally appeared, a heated argument ensued. "What's it to you?" Chappell demanded. Jones responded with a declaration that would change everything. "I love Tammy, and she loves me too. Don't you, Tammy?" Without hesitation, she said yes. That night, Tammy Wynette walked out with her daughters and into the arms of George Jones. With her marriage to Chappell annulled, Wynette and Jones married in February 1969. Their union captivated Nashville, and soon they were dubbed Mr. and Mrs. Country Music. Wynette's career was soaring thanks to the success of Stand By Your Man, and together they were a country music powerhouse. They moved to Lakeland, Florida, and even customized a $100,000 tour bus with Mr. and Mrs. Country Music proudly emblazoned across the side. The couple's joy multiplied when their daughter, Tamala Georgette Jones, was born on October 5, 1970. She was the only child they had together, though both brought children from previous marriages into their blended family. Georgette would later follow in their footsteps, becoming a singer-songwriter and keeping her parents' legacy alive. Despite their public image as a golden couple, trouble brewed behind the scenes. Jones's battle with alcohol was a constant strain on their marriage. Wynette's 1979 autobiography, Stand By Your Man, detailed a harrowing night when Jones allegedly chased her with a rifle while intoxicated. Though Jones denied this in his own memoir, the incident illustrated the volatile nature of their relationship. Wynette once described their dynamic succinctly: "I was naggin' and he was nippin'. Their tempers often clashed, and the fairy tale started to crumble." Amid the personal chaos, the duo's professional partnership flourished. In 1971, Jones joined Wynette at Epic Records, and together they released timeless duets like We're Gonna Hold On and The Ceremony. Their harmonies were effortless, their chemistry undeniable, a musical match made in heaven, even as their marriage teetered on the edge. Despite the turbulence in their personal lives, their music resonated deeply with fans who related to the raw emotion conveyed through their lyrics. We're Gonna Hold On became an anthem of resilience, reflecting the couple's own battle to maintain their relationship amidst Jones's struggles with addiction. The song topped the country charts, offering a hopeful narrative that love could endure hardships. The Ceremony, on the other hand, gave listeners a peek into their romantic connection, almost like a musical reenactment of their wedding vows. Fans were captivated by their ability to channel genuine affection into their performances, creating a compelling juxtaposition to the reality of their rocky marriage. By 1973, the cracks in Tammy and George's marriage were becoming impossible to ignore. Wynette, heartbroken and desperate, made a bold move. She filed for divorce. But this wasn't a decision made solely out of frustration. It was part of a last-ditch effort to save the man she loved. According to Wynette, the plan had been suggested by Jones' doctor, who believed that the shock of a potential divorce might push George to confront his addiction. For a fleeting moment, the strategy seemed to work. The divorce filing served as a wake-up call, and within a month, Jones vowed to change, and Wynette agreed to reconcile. They publicly presented a united front, reassuring fans that love had triumphed over turmoil. Behind closed doors, however, the same patterns continued. Jones' relationship with alcohol remained unchanged, and Wynette's patience wore thin. The emotional toll of living with someone who oscillated between moments of tender clarity and drunken outbursts was becoming unbearable. The couple may have postponed the inevitable, but the foundation of their marriage was now irrevocably weakened. By January 1975, Tammy Wynette had reached her breaking point. After years of emotional turbulence, broken promises, and the relentless grip of George Jones's addiction, she made the difficult decision to file for divorce. This time, for good. "It's over," "This is it," she declared to reporters, her voice carrying the weight of years spent trying to hold together a marriage that seemed destined to fall apart. The decision didn't come lightly. Wynette had always believed in the power of love and resilience, but even she had to admit that love alone couldn't fix the cracks that addiction had carved into their relationship. Jones, for his part, was devastated but unsurprised. In an interview with People, he later confessed, "I drank a little more than I should, even though I hated my daddy for drinking." His words revealed a deep-rooted internal battle, a man haunted by the very demons he had sworn to avoid. The divorce was finalized, but the music never stopped. In 1976, the duo released hits like Golden Ring and Near You, both chart-topping successes that mirrored their own tumultuous story. During this period, Wynette entered a brief and ill-fated marriage with Nashville realtor Michael Tomlin. Jones, meanwhile, wrestled with his addiction and focused on his solo career. Surprisingly, the bitterness of divorce didn't linger. By 1977, Wynette and Jones were on friendly terms again. Jones told People, "Tammy and I are getting along better than we ever did when we were married. I think we still love each other. I know I love her." The peace was short-lived. In 1978, Wynette sued Jones for $36,000 in unpaid child support for Georgette. At the time, Wynette had married George Ritchie, her fifth and final husband. Ritchie became her musical collaborator and stood by her through the ups and downs that followed. Fans were thrilled when, in 1980, Wynette and Jones embarked on a 35-concert reunion tour. The album Together Again brought back memories of their earlier years, though offstage they remained distant. Wynette later admitted the tour was more about nostalgia than rekindling their relationship. In 1983, George Jones married Nancy Sepulvado. Unlike his previous relationships, this one brought stability. Nancy helped Jones conquer his addictions, and together they enjoyed 30 years of marriage until his death in 2013. In 1993, Wynette was hospitalized with a severe bile duct infection that left her in a coma. Jones, encouraged by Nancy, called her hospital room and later visited. The visit broke the ice, rekindling their friendship and paving the way for one last professional collaboration. Their final album, One, was released in 1995. The accompanying tour reminded fans of their unmatched musical chemistry. "I've sung with a lot of artists," Wynette said, "but there's something about George and me that makes our voices blend." The country world was devastated when Tammy Wynette passed away unexpectedly at age 55 from blood clots in her lungs. Jones expressed his sorrow. "I'm just very glad we were able to work together again. Life is too short. In the end, we were very close friends, and now I've lost that friend." 15 years later, George Jones passed away at age 81. His legacy, like Wynette's, endures through their timeless music and the memories of their tumultuous yet tender relationship. The enduring tale of George and Tammy was immortalized in the 2022 limited series George and Tammy, starring Jessica Chastain and Michael Shannon. Their daughter, Georgette, continues to honor their legacy, often sharing memories and personal reflections. Tammy Wynette and George Jones lived a love story that was raw, real, and resonant. They were imperfect together, yet their music reflected the universal experiences of love and heartbreak. In the end, their legacy is more than just the turbulence they endured, it's the timeless songs that continue to move listeners around the world. Country music's first power couple may have parted ways in life, but through their melodies, their bond remains unbreakable.